Alright, well, welcome guys. 15 minutes, 15 seconds in. But, alright, well, I know this is gonna be my typical type of video, but I might as well let it out there. This isn't for cloud, this isn't for anything else. And I think I've already posted 2 videos where I'm talking about it by myself. One was with my friend, but you couldn't hear him, and one was like a few people. The ideal situation with Trump and illegal aliens and whatever, and he's basically trying to send everyone back to the country. I'm sorry, but my feed is full of that. Everything is seen Snapchats, I've seen freaking YouTube, TikTok. These are human beings, guys. No matter what people think, we're all human. Even if you're black, white, brown, native, just anything in general. We're all human. We all bleed red blood. We all have a mom and dad. We all are human. There's nothing different about any of us. And just because one man tells us, oh, they're making our country horrible, doesn't mean they're actually making it horrible. They actually create a lot of happy memories just being themselves. They're people, Hispanics and Mexicans and whatever, like, they're the ones outside grilling with their families, happy and chill. While whites, well, I guess you could say white supremacy basically now. The white supremacy is just where, at this point, if you're white, you have more power than anyone has. Blacks are afraid of cops. Native, you're afraid of everyone. And apparently Mexican, now you're afraid about everyone's and anyone in general. The USA was supposed to be the land of the free. This is the land of the fucked. The forebearing fathers wouldn't have not liked this one bit. But you know, that's why we have a constitution, we had Bill of Rights. And no one seems to follow them because cops are corrupted. Judicial people corrupted. And if you see Trump, depending on whether you stand on his point, is corrupted in a certain way. Alright. Like, he even chose to help he blamed Ukraine. It's Ukraine's fault, and they could have just not done all this war crap if it wasn't for them to fight for the country. Do y'all not hear that? People in Kyiv are fighting for their lives and for their families, mothers. Basically mothers and fathers fighting for their kids' land. And he's extorting them by making them give food. And they basically have, they have a good bit of land, but like, constant bombardment of Russian, like, freaking drones and even aerial superiority, and how many missiles they like to launch. And yeah, no, it's not just one missile. It's accountability of more than one, and a volley of like 35, because they don't have statistically aimed and guided systems like American does. But that's beside the point. I'm here to talk about how he's treating Mexicans and how ICE is going wild. This isn't this isn't a typical video. This is just me talking about the world. I don't care if you hate me for this. I don't care if you don't like me. There's always gonna be people who don't like me. And if we just happen to be one of them, so be it. Just know, as much as I don't care, I'm still gonna love your opinion. I love the different topics, the different thoughts on it, but like, alright, Hispanics and Mexicans, their language is beautiful no matter how you perceive it. They're not all crazy, bad, and drunks. Heck, they call Native American drunks and drunk addicts. You know, we wouldn't have never had gotten drunk if the whites didn't come here, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if they teach that in school anymore, but we had no idea of freaking alcohol. The thing we called alcohol was liquid fire, or that was my translation. Because it burned whenever you drink it. But we wouldn't know what liquor or alcohol was. Because the only way we figured out what that actually was, we were to get drunk off of it, was that they brought it here. And to say that these Mexicans are illegal aliens and they need to go back home. Technically, for being statistical, Native Americans were here first. I'm not saying that just because I'm Native. I'm saying that because it's the truth. It's not written down. It's not wrote and publicly speaked and talked about. Because the government hides that. They don't talk about how many natives they kill. They don't talk about how many Mexicans, blacks. They don't talk about anything, how many people they kill. You know, for land of the free, it sure is a wicked time where if you're white, you basically have more power than anyone has. Because of the racistness that goes on. And it's not fair to these Mexicans and Hispanics that they just come here. Last I checked, this is America, the land of the free. But technically, I say we because I'm still American. But technically, we ran away from Britain. Technically, we ran away from Britain. So, should that not make us illegal aliens too? Or, well, us, y'all? But no one wants to perceive it like that. And just to get to Jamestown, they had to go through hundreds of young men and elders for native land, just because we had gold, iron, and I think maybe oil. That's the only reason why they came here, because they found new land. Lucky enough for me, mine was a peace tribe. So, whenever we could, we didn't want to get in conflict. But when we did, we'd fight. So, and so lucky enough for us, it wasn't the Brits that came to us, my tribe, it was the French. We taught French how to make I forgot what they told me. I forgot what they said. They taught us stuff and we taught them stuff. We bartered. We're bartering. I don't know if nowadays generation even holds a title for that anymore. The sharecrop system. I don't even think that's taught in schools anymore. Probably not whites. Because, you know, all this government wants to do is hide stuff and pretend like nothing ever happened. And heck, for all I know, this video probably won't even last a day. But I'm kidding you not. There's nothing that these Mexicans, Hispanics, blacks, natives do that make us legal. I don't know why he wanted to take away our birthrights. And to send parents back to their, I guess, country or home, it's just fucked up. Cause, I mean, it really is stupid. It really is. Man, I've seen countless TikToks and whatnot. Heck, even on the news. And this, matter of fact, this was a TikTok from a lawyer in Texas. A little girl at the age of 11. What was it? God, Jocelyn Roses, Rojas, and God forbid I'm fucking up her name, but she killed herself at the age of 11 because she was getting bullied by her classmate, her peers, saying that she was legal, her and her parents were legal, that they're gonna get deported, taken back. She killed herself. Okay, so first off, depression is not something to deal with, like not something to even make fun of. But on the other hand, this is a child that killed herself because of the constant bullying and racist allegations. And that ICE is basically now can just go into any school they want to if they wanted. And heck, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be scared. Matter of fact, my whole tribe decided, oh yeah, we have to get another tribal ID card. All ICE needs is for you to look like all they need is for you to look like a person of color. That's all I've seen. And you know what? That's all I've seen, and that's, well, seen and heard. Cause it's there, it shows. I heard on the news they took a Navajo and they took I can't pronounce this one, but they took one from a tribe in Minnesota. Minnesota, spending to Ohio and whatever. Okay, so you're telling me you deported, and they were held in little areas because they were a person of color. And this might not even reach the minds of whites. I don't care if it does. I'm not here to get views. I mean, ideally that is a good thing for me, but I don't post regularly, so I don't care. I don't have a schedule. But like, man, what? You gotta understand, this is just, oh bro. I'm doing it to share the voice that natives, Hispanics, Mexicans, Asian, whites, we shouldn't be scared of the place we call home. And we shouldn't have to be scared about going outside our house and having the risk of being deported just because of the color of our skin, and the way we look, the way we talk. And personally, I like speaking Spanish. It's a cool it's a cool and beautiful language, just like French is. And every other language I decided to somewhat dabble in. On low key, I love it. It's beautiful. I listen to the mixing songs. I may not be able to speak every word. I might not be able to, just go crazy with it. But I mean, even if I was to make this video, I'm listening on one right now. But there was no reason for him to do any of this. Y'all say Trump is a good person. He's a leader we always needed. Okay, well, Biden never had to make us. No, Biden never fucked us over by making our stocks go entirely up by 10%. And before anyone starts saying, "Oh, 10% isn't a lot," it depends on how high it already is. Because if let's say it's 56,000 already, 10% probably brings it up to 64, 65, 67. If not higher, depending on how much the cost already is. That tariff raise. And that's bad on us. It's not even bad on what was it? Mexico and even I think it was Canada. And it just pains me to hear all these kids scared and worried to just go outside the house, have the fear their mom and dad just gonna be taken away, and they're taken away because they're illegal. And talk about they need to go back to their homelands. It's just a whole different story. Because, like, natives were here first, and he tried to, and that document says take away their birthrights too, so I guess I don't have my mom don't have a birthright, blah, 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 blah. So, natives were here first, Native Americans were here first, but y'all killed us. Native Americans were here before the settlers, here before French, Spain. I don't think it was Russia, but Germany and French and Italian. They all came here. So, and most of them were neutral. Most of them were neutral, because I know the French were neutral. Man, my tribe's flag is basically the French flag with our emblem on it. And I was like the only native in my heritage, like right now, that figured that out. Cause, well, as I said, if I'm trying to speak French, I try to search good bit of it up. So I already knew their flag, and it looks good bit about. And I'm not scared of whoever tries to threaten me. Go for it. Just know y'all threatening a child. And at the end of the day, how does that make y'all feel about yourselves? How does that make you feel? Because this isn't worth it. If this is the land of the free, we came a long way from that. I know they had slaves. Crap, my great-grandmother was one. Lucky, she's still alive. She's old, but she's still alive. She was a part of that sharecropping system. She remembers when slaves were a thing. She basically experienced World War II. If I can remember. Yeah, if I remember correctly. My great-grandfather and my great-grandmother. And she was my whole family being a Lewis, we had big we had really big influence on the Choctaw Nation. And I mean, that's where I got NBCI from. That's my tribe. That's my tribe right there. Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians. We have one in, I think, Florida. I know we have one in Oklahoma. I think. But for Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians, my great grandfather, they basically had almost made half of the stuff here. I'll admit, not Choctaw Central High School. It's not gonna be the new one either. They made the casinos, made jobs for people to work. My great grandfather, I'm gonna go ahead and give his full name. He's already dead. Rest of his soul, October 2024. Died then. But he was in the he basically also witnessed the 9/11 terror attacks. He was there at the Pentagon, beyond half Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians. So I don't care if y'all threaten me. Will I get scared? Oh, definitely I'll get scared. I'm not saying I won't get scared. I'm not saying I generally don't care. It will affect me, but not a much where I care about it. Because all I know is y'all are people on the internet hating over me or whatever I'm speaking about. If God told us we're equal, then we're equal. Men, woman, whatever you want to identify yourselves as. I'm not judging. I may not agree with it, but I'm not judging. I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're bi, I don't care if you're pan, but whatever is asexual, pansexual. I frankly don't care. As long as you're just a chill person, I don't care. But we're all equal. There's nothing that differentiates us. We don't have antennas, we don't have gills, we're not genetically different. We all come out human. We all come out with, well, maybe not all, if something goes genetically wrong, but other than that, we all come out human, even if it is with a disability or some other type of disability. But that doesn't make them any less of a human. Heck, that doesn't make them any less of an American. But in this day and age, if you're not white, you're screwed. If you're not white, you're not what everyone wants. You're not the base color of the US. And if you're not white, they don't want you. And I want Trump to and I want everyone in this heart to know this. There's no reason why a kid should be scared about their parents. Or just even go outside and worried, oh yeah, some people are gonna pick me up when they're wearing vests with guns pointed at me. And I'm not just saying like an itty bitty pistol, I'm saying like an M4, M16, and a standard rifle. And they'll just raid schools and everything. And I want you to remember that poor little 11-year-old girl's name. Because God, she didn't deserve to die. And that's on Trump's name. So just remember that. The next time you see a Mexican, think about the trouble they gotta go through every day. Because they're the least paid. But they make up half the city, making buildings after buildings after buildings, making construction sites even faster. And here we are trying to get rid of them. What's that going to be for our economy? We're going to lose the people that build our homes, fix our toilets, fix our basically everything. So if this is the way the world is going, well, not the world, the US, just then, womp womp. I'm stuck living in it, and I don't agree with it. But if you do, then that's you. I'm not hating on you. I'm not gonna say anything about you. You can hate me for saying it. You can hate me. You can do whatever you want. Post rude comments. You can do whatever the heck you feel like you please to. At the end of the day, think about it. Would you want your kid to be worried he's gonna get killed? Or heck, even get kicked out of school, thrown out of the country? Think about that, guys. Think about that the next time you go out. That Mexican family you see across the road. Think how afraid they are of these people. The place they wanted to call home, safe place. They can't even do that anymore. I'm not saying this is every white people. I'm not saying this is blacks either. I'm not saying natives either. Because it's basically whites that aren't really too scared. It's mostly every other color to them. But I'm not saying equally we're all scared at least of one thing. But I want everyone to remember. I'm not hating on whites. I'm not hating on blacks, Mexicans, Hispanic, Asians, whatever. I'm trying to get my point across where this isn't worth it. So I'm done preaching. But I want y'all to remember. 11-year-old girl killed herself because she was scared of her and her family, what was going to happen, and the constant bullying, mostly the constant bullying, but still. 11-year-old girl killed herself over the fact she's Mexican, she could get deported, and the civil hate crimes against her made by her peers. And I don't know if parents or I know mostly kids will understand it. Bullying takes a toll on the mind and body. Doesn't matter who you are, no matter how strong you are. Bullying is one of the more things that destroy the mind. So, to that poor little girl, rest in peace. And to anyone else who is scared and feel like they're alone in this world, you're not. And don't be afraid to speak up. Well, everything's said and done, hope y'all guys I can't even say enjoyed. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for even posting this. But if y'all, probably a handful of y'all, liked and enjoyed this, remember, I love y'all. There's nothing anyone should be afraid of, even if Trump is in office. Oh, that's it, guys. Hope you have a good night.